Hello, everyone. I'm Dermot Luddy. I'm one of the academic counselors at the SOAR program at Northern Essex, and I also happen to teach a few classes occasionally in philosophy and world religions here. I am speaking to you today to talk about your syllabus, and you may wonder what your syllabus is and whether it is important to you, and I am here to tell you that it is one of the most important documents that your instructor will share with you. The course syllabus should be given to you on the first day of class or displayed very prominently in an online class. A syllabus is, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, it is a statement of the subjects covered by a course of instruction in a school or college or so on. And that's basically what it is. There is important information in a syllabus that's intended to help you succeed. You should save it, and you should have it near at hand at all times. In fact, you should probably save it in a way that you will be able to produce it at some future point, because if you transfer to another institution and you want to see if credits for a particular course are going to transfer or not, having the syllabus will allow people to do a side-by-side comparison and ensure that you get credit for all the courses that you take in Northern Essex. So it's a good idea to save your syllabus indefinitely. So why are syllabi important? What is so special about a course syllabus? Well, it is your instructor's contract with the class. It lays out all the policies and expectations in any particular course, and you should be able to depend on them as you move through a semester. It also tells you how you are going to be assessed and how your work is going to be evaluated. It will answer a lot of the questions that you might have at the start of the semester. Any one of your instructors could have 150 or more students each semester. And in order to ensure that they don't have to answer questions of 150 different people asking about things, they will lay out most of the most commonly asked questions. They will lay out answers to them in the course syllabus. So they may have anticipated the question that you are about to ask, and you'll find it either in the syllabus or in some section like a read me first section in an online course. You can go on Blackboard and find where is all that information. Sometimes your instructor may have a table of contents in their syllabus so that you can easily find the various sections of the syllabus, or alternatively, they will have very clear headings that will tell you what the different sections of your syllabus are. So I'm going to show you some of my current syllabus, my Intro to Philosophy for fall 2022. This is the syllabus that I share with my students. So let me just show you that now. And here it is. So my syllabus begins with a note to students. And this note kind of acknowledges that we're still in the throes of COVID-19, and that I accept that COVID is having an implication, having an effect on students well beyond whether any individual student happens to get ill. You've got family members that may be affected. You've got work schedules that are going to be affected. And I realize that this is having a big impact on your life. And so I want you to feel comfortable in letting me know what is going on and what I can do to help you to succeed. It isn't important to me that you are able to satisfy a random deadline that I set and that I will give you 0 credit for the work that you are trying to prepare for whatever assignment it might happen to be. I want to see what you have learned, and I want you to be able to show what you have learned. And I realize that the timetable for that is somewhat affected by the COVID pandemic. So let's look at some of the main sections. One of the first is the contact details of your instructor. So this is yours truly. You can see that there's a vague similarity between the image in the syllabus and myself. Hopefully it's not too much false advertising, but that is me as I was just before the pandemic. Quite often your instructor will lay out their credentials. This is to let you know this person has actually studied in this area and has some authority in speaking and in teaching. In my syllabus, and I'm sure lots of people do the same, your main contact information, like here, my phone number and the email, are hyperlinks that will automatically let you get at your phone app if you click on my phone number, if you're doing this on your phone, or will launch your email application if you click on my email address. For me, that's the main way that I would like students to contact me. And do try and ensure that you contact your professor from your Northern Essex email account, because that's the only one that they can actually share information about your progress in the course with. In the case of this class, it doesn't have a specific meeting time because it's a fully online course, but I do want people to know that they can meet with me if they wish. So there's a Zoom link that people are able to click on if we have arranged a time to be able to meet. And because I'm with SOAR, you can find me in what we call the Nest, SC 209, and outside of my regular work schedule, I'm available to be able to meet with somebody, or if you need to meet me at lunchtime, that's where you can do it. And most professors here will be spending some bit of time in the academic center associated with their division, and you can probably meet them there, if not in their office. It is really important that you take advantage of the office hours or the open meeting time that an instructor might have, because they want to get to know you. And it would be great if you could provide those opportunities so that you're able to ask questions, your professor is able to get to know you, they're able to help you in ways that may not be possible within the classroom itself. Then there's a bit of stuff that is required to post. It's kind of boilerplate stuff, like how many credits the course has, how much time per week are you going to have to attend it. If it was a lecture class, it would be 3 hours. It's not a lecture class, and so the time is allotted in a different way. It satisfies particular elective requirements. So if you are trying to finish your program and you know you've got certain requirements to fulfill, you will be able to see, does this course satisfy those requirements? And also it'll let you know what level of proficiency, what are the prerequisites that need to be satisfied. Like every course, there is a description that you'll find in the college catalog, and here it is on the syllabus. And this is important because you got to see, does this course satisfy or meet with the requirements or the description that is in the catalog, that it says that it's going to do this. Then we have what are called learning objectives. The syllabus should explain briefly what you are going to be learning over the course of the semester, and how you can show that you have achieved mastery of particular skills that it's trying to develop in you. And so here you have some of the learning objectives of a course. And because these are the objectives, these are the things that I want students to be able to learn as we move through the course, it is important that I provide opportunities for you to show that you have learned those things. And so there's a connection between the learning objectives and the kinds of assessments that you are going to be having in a class. And if you don't find that there's a kind of any relationship between the objectives and the assessments, then that's a poorly designed class. Hopefully you haven't come across that at any point. Each course may have a required text. In my case, it is here. Here's the name of the textbook so that people might be able to find it in as reasonable a way as possible. It includes the possibility of using one of two different editions, and because of this publisher that is used, if you have other books that are being published by the same publisher, you may be able to access it for a much more reasonable cost. And it's certainly worth looking into that rather than going out and buying the book at at full price. Like any class, then you have expectations that that one expects all students to satisfy. In general, it means you should be showing up on Blackboard regularly. You should be participating in the way that I've designated that you participate, and you should be doing all the reading and writing according to the schedule that is laid out. In my particular case, I allow students to submit assignments late, but things like drafts of those assignments I have to get on time so that I'm able to turn them over and give them back so the students can get the final version out of fairness to everybody. Each instructor will have their own policies on that, and it's really important that you look at those policies and see if somebody says, like, this is a deadline, there are no excuses for late submissions and you'll get no credit. I do not exercise a policy like that. I think it goes against the idea of wanting to give credit for the learning that you do over the course of the semester. Kind of responsibilities that students have themselves. And then something like a philosophy class, it can get kind of argumentative, and I lay down expectations for basically civil engagement and civil conversations between people in the class. It's important to let people know how grades are going to be determined. In this class, 35% of the grades are for participation, and then we've got 2 papers and the final exam that make up the balance of the course. And then you see the NECC grading policy overall, what a particular grade actually means, and the reading schedule that is laid out. So every syllabus should let you know when particular things are being studied and where you should be right throughout the semester. As we move through the semester, I let people know when they have to withdraw from the class if they want to withdraw, and what are the major breaks. And also, it's important to remind people what are the due dates for any assignments, so that it's right there that I'm making a commitment to let you know in advance when your major assignments are due so that you can allot your time accordingly. In the case of an in-person class, when it comes to attendance, at Northern Essex, you're expected to be present in class. And on an online class, the equivalent would be that you're expected to log in regularly, participate in discussions, submit assignments when they are expected. Your professor will let you know that what their official attendance policy is. Each instructor may have slightly different policies on infractions of academic honesty. But every professor and the college itself takes very seriously the subject of academic integrity. The bottom line is that you do not want to be caught cheating for any reason. In fact, many of the things that you are learning in one course are necessary for you to understand in order to advance onto another course. You may as well learn it properly now when you have the support of your instructor, rather than taking a shortcut and then finding yourself in a situation where you have to go back a semester and try and understand some of the basics before you can move forward, because that is not easy. If you commit plagiarism or you engage in other forms of academic dishonesty, you may not get the opportunity of taking that higher level class. The consequences can be that severe. So that's something that you would want to avoid at all costs. Finally, and not at all less important, is the availability of support services to help guarantee your success in this or any other class. And so in my syllabus, I have laid out some of the resources that are available for you. So for liberal arts students, being able to go to the Centre for Liberal Arts and meet with faculty and talk with them, talk with the students is really important. It's also important to take advantage of tutoring services that are available in writing and English, in math, going to the business centre in order to get assistance with accounting and other topics. And the main contact for the writing and reading and English centre is here. Again, it's just a click on the button will either get you a phone call or an email to them. There are lots of student resources. It is the case that the college wants to help ensure that nobody is prevented from thriving and succeeding in class because of say economic hardships. So we have some services that can help with housing, childcare, and other financial challenges. And there's a link to the web page that you can contact there that will help you get access to those. Another office here that helps students to succeed is the Centre for Accessibility Resources and Services, formerly the Learning Accommodation Centre. If there's any reason that you would need an accommodation that will help a professor help you to succeed in a class, please contact these folks so that your professor can make whatever decisions or accommodations that are necessary to help you succeed. You are entitled to this. It's already the case that everybody's tuition helps to support the existence of these services, and they're there in order to ensure that you can succeed. If you need for anything, need any help, you can contact us in the SOAR program at SOAR Student Life at necc.mass.edu, or if you wish to contact me directly, you can get me at dlugdy@necc.mass.edu. I hope this is helpful, and if you have any questions, please do get in touch and I'd be happy to help. Take care.